Hey, Colin, can you hear me okay?
Yep, everything's good.
All right. We'll give the media one more minute to join us here, and then we'll get started. All right, we'll go ahead and get started here. We'd like to welcome Collin Morikawa into the interview room at the Shriners Hospitals for Children Open. Collin's making his second start at the event, made his tournament debut last year. Collin is a Las Vegas resident. If we could go ahead and get an opening comment ahead of the week.
Yeah, it feels good to have a couple weeks off after the U.S. Open and to have this kind of West Coast swing, Vegas, then L.A., they're pretty much home events for me. And, there's nothing like sleeping in your own bed, getting out, driving to the course, feeling fresh. So, I really look forward to playing here at TPC Summerlin. I've played it a bunch now. So, yeah, I look forward to it. Game's kind of trending in the right direction. So, yeah.
You alluded to your game trending in the right direction. You finished in the top 10 of the FedEx Cup standings last season. You made just one start this season. If you could elaborate on the state of your game at this point.
Yeah, I think U.S. Open was kind of a wake-up call. Getting a couple, obviously missing the cut, getting a couple weeks off to kind of refresh, put the clubs away for a week. And what really kind of popped up in my head was, what was I doing really well last summer? What was I doing really well the summer, I came out when I turned pro? What did I do well in college? And, kind of go back to those things. Don't try and change too much just because, I might be playing well. Last season went well. Yes, I'm trying to get better and trying to figure things out. But, sometimes you got to kind of revert to what you did before. So just some mental things here and there that I've kind of picked up on and just kind of eased the way into going into this week.
All right, now we'll take some questions from the media that we have on the line. We will start with Steve DeMaglio, USA Today. Go ahead, Steve.
Colin, a couple for you. How long is your drive?
8 minutes maybe.
Okay. How many times have you played TPC Summerlin, and what are your thoughts on the course?
Yeah, I haven't played it too much. When I have some matches with some guys, I'll come out and play. I know last fall I played a little bit, but other than this past week, last week when I was prepping here, I really haven't played it since maybe January. With all the quarantine stuff, I was kind of practicing at Summit where I'm a member at. So, I've played it plenty of times now to know what every slope is out here, what the greens do. My caddy, JJ's lived out here forever. He knows how to read everything. So nothing comes to a surprise. It's just kind of showing up and just getting ready to play some really good golf.
And you alluded to it earlier. I was wondering if you could expand. For a guy who made the cut in your first 22 professional events, you missed 2 of your last 4. Does that throw you a bit?
No, not at all. It was obviously a busy stretch of golf after the PGA, and like I said, having 2 weeks off kind of got me refreshed. I put the clubs away for a week and brought them back out and felt as ready as I could ever be. So it's nothing worrying me. It's just me. I'm just trying to win at the end of the day. That mindset of trying to win every week is there. And if I finish second or miss the cut, we didn't get the job done. It's just how much can I learn? And I learn a lot from missed cuts. So having a couple missed cuts, is just going to put me on my toes to really figure out, what I need to be a little more consistent on and kind of give myself a chance to win, come down, 9 holes on Sunday.
Thank you.
We will take our next question from Bernie McGuire of the Daily Record. Go ahead, Bernie.
Colin, hi. Thanks for doing this. Can I ask you a question? I know you want to be focused on this week, and you said you're staying at home, which is nice. But how much are you looking forward, and with Augusta now a month away? Are you thinking about Augusta, maybe playing those sort of shots, and also, I guess, to going to Augusta as a major champion too?
Yeah, I've definitely prepped and figured out a couple shots that I might need to have, for Augusta, but I can't get ahead of myself. If I start thinking about Augusta these next 3 weeks that are West Coast, they're going to go by in a blink of the eye. And, I really want to enjoy these next few weeks because how often do you have back-to-back weeks kind of in your hometown? And then LA being pretty much home for me as well. How often do you have 3 weeks like that? It's never really going to happen again. So, I'm just going to try and enjoy these weeks. I obviously look forward to Augusta. That's going to be a very special week out there. But, I've done a little prep here and there, kind of on the off weeks, but nothing that I'm thinking about this week where I'm going to try and hit certain shots just to prep for the Masters.
Great, thank you.
Next question will go to Greg Robertson, Las Vegas Review-Journal. Go ahead, Greg.
Hi, Collin. I was just wondering if you could talk a little bit about how you ended up choosing Las Vegas as the place you wanted to live, and if choosing Las Vegas makes this more of a special tournament for you than rather just a regular tour stop.
Yeah, growing up West Coast, we're literally growing up in California my entire life. I always enjoyed the West Coast. I always wanted to stay out here in Florida, where a lot of guys are, which there's obviously a bunch of great golfers. Just never was appealing. I wanted to stay West Coast. I wanted to stay as west as possible. Nevada and Arizona make the most sense. If you look at other factors that go into that. And I knew a lot of guys in Vegas already. I think that made it easier. Food is great out here, and that's obviously a big part of my life, is going out, getting some good food. And it's not like we live on the Strip. I'm never going there that often. If I want to go have some good dinners with some friends, we'll go out there. But, it's far enough away where it's been an amazing move for me. I love it where I'm at, kind of in the Summerlin area. And, it just travels easy. I can go back home to LA and see my family if I want. Quick drive, quick flight, whatever it is. It's been a great move for me, really. And then, sorry, to answer your other part of the question, it does feel like a home event. I think last year, having only lived there for maybe, a handful of months, 5 months or so, it didn't feel as much of a home event. But now I really embrace living in Las Vegas, and I think it does feel like a home event for me.
Thanks.
We'll take one more from Bernie McGuire. Go ahead, Bernie.
Collin, look, I'm sorry about this. You're talking about a home event, and I'm throwing you questions that are away from home. I'm based in Europe, and this question is because I do write for British newspapers and Irish newspapers, but I see you're not down to play this week's BMW PGA, but you're lying second in the race to Dubai. And I guess my question is, were you conscious of that you are lying second? The fact that Patrick, who's only 28 points ahead of you, is playing this week at Wentworth, and I know you've got Augusta where you can get European race to Dubai points. But if you were in contention for the race to Dubai, would you go to Dubai at the end of the season event?
Yeah, it's possibly could be added to my schedule. I haven't fully decided yet, but it was definitely something that before this quarantine stuff happened. That's why I signed up for the European Tour membership, because this was appealing to me. I was going to be in the WGCs. I was going to be in the majors. And it's appealing. I want to go over there and play. I want to see what it's like to go over there and play against, other players that I've seen. I've known a few others. So it definitely could be out of the schedule. It's a reason why I signed up for the membership, is to, try and win it. I wouldn't just sign up just to sign up. So yeah, I've got the Masters ahead of me. Obviously, Patrick's playing this week, like you said, but that's all out of my hands. If I play well at the Masters, then we can make a good run for it, and we'll be out there in Dubai. I think it's in December, right? So we'll see how that plays out. But it would be a really cool trip, I bet, to kind of head over there.
Listen, just one quick question, I'll let you go. Crystal ball gazing. If you were to win the race to Dubai, how bizarre would it be by not playing an event on European soil?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd get a lot of hate or what. Everyone goes through it for being an affiliate member. That's just being part of the affiliate membership that I have your first year applying, is that you don't necessarily have to go over and play. You can use the WGCs and you can use the other events to kind of the majors to add up your points. And I just happened to win the first major. That was really a huge, point pool that kind of jump started me up there. And, I can't say anything about it because I don't know the system that well. I'm very fortunate to be in that position, but, obviously I want to make something out of it, giving myself, a chance like that.
Okay, it's very good, and wish you well this week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
One more from Greg Robertson. Go ahead, Greg.
Collin, I was wondering about mindset of playing a course like this where it's going to take probably 20 or 25 under to win, how how you approach a tournament like that. And you finished 12 under last year, and that was 47. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice that we've been playing some pretty tough courses. You look at the U.S. Open, East Lake, BMW, or Olympia Fields for BMW. They've all been kind of roughly around even par, and I don't think my mindset will necessarily change. It's just for me to go out there knowing that birdies are out there, that I can make birdies every hole, but I can't rush myself. I guess it is somewhat of a mindset, but I'm not forcing myself to make birdies. I want to just let the birdies come and just go out there and play golf and hit some really good shots. I think you're going to get rewarded hitting good shots out here because some shots and some holes and some pin locations might be a little more accessible with a wedge compared to, a 5-iron out of some U.S. Open rough. So, scores are definitely going to be low. Conditions look great, and, I look forward to it.
All right, Collin, that's all the questions we have. We appreciate the time, and best of luck in your hometown event.
All right, thanks, everyone.